I love to-do lists. They keep me focused, they keep reminding me what I need to do, and also it's a great way to get it out of my brain onto a piece of paper and, well, the theory is, in action. But I found that I was covering loads of to-do lists. I've got, lots of different templates, and they just weren't working. So I found myself getting busier and busier and also a little bit less effective. I had so many to-do lists, I just didn't know where to start. And sometimes what I was doing wasn't having the impact that I wanted for my time investment. So I've created this to-do list that keeps me effective and helps me prioritise the most important tasks first, and also removes this busy feeling and gave me back my weekends. So I'd like to share that with you now. So the way that we're going to be writing our to-do list will be to look at being more productive rather than busy. And to do that, we have to be aware where we're spending our time. So, there we are. In here, we're going to write our actions, or our to-do. So here you'll be writing everything just like we normally would for a normal to-do list. But then we're going to go a little different. Here is just a column to add what area we're working on. So if I was going to be carrying out an interview, the area might be for my podcast or it might be for my YouTube channel, but it's bringing an awareness into where we're spending our time. An area might be marketing, or it could be accounting or sales. But it's, again, getting us used to knowing what we're doing and where it's applicable in our business. Then we've got 4 more columns. Now this, I put O. So what O means, can we outsource it? Now, we might not be in a position, if we're a startup, to be able to financially pay for someone else to do it, but this is a question to bring relevance and make us aware again of what we're doing. Is it something that I and only I alone can do, or is it something longer term that I can either delegate, pay someone else as a contractor, or even automate? But by writing whether it can be outsourced, gives us again something to aim for in the future, to know, are we spending our time on things that I don't need to do? And that also then brings us to this area. So I'm just going to put in or D. So what that means is it indirect or direct? So the difference between indirect and direct is that is this task specifically and directly helping you make money, grow your business and reach your business targets, or is it an indirect task? An example would be to have a meeting with a potential client or a collaborator. That is a direct task to do. An indirect task might be to, tidy your inbox, or to post on social media. That's just a regular post, but it's not a sales post. This again brings us awareness of how much we're spending our time that will be directly contributing to our business growth versus indirectly helping with the systems of the business. But combining, can we outsource it, and whether it's direct or indirect, we can start assessing whether we're spending our time effectively. The goal is to work on things that we cannot outsource and that are directly growing our business. But we also appreciate we have to do it all maybe at the beginning. And then these last 2 columns will be dictating the order in which we do it. So here we're going to write A, B or C, and this will be numbers 1 to 9. So I'm going to use a different colour because I do love my colours. What we've got here, we're going to list them A, B and C. We're just setting them as a priority. So I want you to imagine that A's will equal the maximum impact and the most urgent task. So these are the tasks that are really, really time dependent and are basically screaming at you. Then we have the B tasks, which are you need to do or want to do. And the urgency is a little lower. And then you have your C's, which are nice to do, so something you like to, and they're not urgent. So for example, an A task is that meeting with that client or getting that quote off or writing to that agency that said they'll promote you but there's a time delay, a time restriction on when you have to get it in. A need to or a want to might be working on a future project that's a bit closer to your heart. So if you want to write a book, this might sit in here. It's not directly urgent, but it's something that you really want to do and you also need to do it eventually. And the nice to or like to have, like to do's but not urgent might be filing or inbox or tidying. So again, it's something that you like to do, but it's not, well, when I say like, I say that tongue in cheek, but it's not urgent as well. So out of all your actions here, you're going to prioritise them A's, B's or C's. Again, it's bringing awareness to where you're spending your time. And as you can see by this little triangle, in an ideal situation, most of our time should be spent in the A's with the maximum impact, obviously then followed by the B's and finished off with the C's. And within all the A's, you're going to label them 1 to 9. So that is the order of what you do. So again, once you've listed all the A's, B's and C's, you look at all your A actions and you prioritise the A's within each other 1 through to 9. 1 being the first task you complete, and once the first task is completed, then you can move on to A2, A3, etc. So the order would be A1, A2, A3, A4. Now if you've only got 4 A tasks, then you'd naturally move on to your B1s, B2s, etc. And then obviously down to your C's. At the end of the week, I strongly recommend you review what you said you'd do and what you didn't, and what you did and what you didn't. And then you've got your 3 D's. So I'll write them over here. So you've got you're going to do it. So that's something you look at and go, right, I have to do this. And you can either then do it immediately or put it onto next week's list, 1 up. So it moves up a priority. So that means you're going to be doing it pretty quickly. Or you're going to delegate. So with this, you're going to find a way to leverage off your resources. Oh, I've run out of space. Anyway, there we are. So you're going to delegate it. So you're going to find a way to leverage off your resources, either by asking a favour from a friend, going onto these great sites such as Fiverr.com, so that's Fiverr with a double R.com, and paying someone to do it. Or the third thing you're going to do is delete it. If you haven't done it, there's a reason why. Maybe you don't need to, or you don't want to, but if it's been on your list for a little while, then maybe it's time to do that. So these are the 3 D's that I carry out every single week after I've reviewed my actions. And it's again a great way for me to sort of keep in mind what I'm doing, what's working and what's not working, and then also to tidy it up so my list doesn't keep growing and growing and growing and this overwhelm fills in and then I lose my weekends because I've got so much to do. So this is also available. I'm happy to send it to you as an Excel or a Word document. Just drop me an email, kate@katestrong.co. I'm confident that if you apply this principle for your to-do lists, you'll become more effective and less busy. And don't forget, at the end of every week, do it, delegate it, or delete it. If you would like a template, feel free to drop me an email, kate@katestrong.co.